Now, I don't know about you, but I am more inclined to judge a person on their ideas, character, values, and good manners rather than their skin colour. Never once have I ever judged anyone on the colour of their skin, nor have I encouraged anyone else to do it either. But don't worry, folks, I'm not turning into a wokey-cokey leftist. It's just the decent thing to do and common sense, isn't it? And a true mature adult wouldn't engage in such bollocks. But unfortunately, there are people who do. People like Boston's Democrat mayor, Michelle Wu. Now, she is trending on social media and the mainstream media at the moment for being a racist. And she was caught out, and that's the only thing she's apologised for. Because she accidentally sent an invite via email to all her fellow councillors when it should have been for the non-whites only. You see, Michelle Wu was hosting a Whites Not Allowed party, or as she calls it, an electives of colour holiday party. And apparently this is a tradition. And this has been going on under the noses of her fellow white councillors for years without them knowing, but now they do. But she hasn't apologised to them. Oh no. She has only apologised for getting caught. And there's a lot to be said about this. Now, for example, her husband is a white man. So I don't understand this anti-white bigotry. And racism against Caucasians, it's so mainstream now that people think it's acceptable. And I, for one, I am absolutely sick of it. I am sick of being judged on the colour of my skin, and I am sick of being judged by the actions of my ancestors. Every demographic's ancestors did unpleasant things. There were unpleasant times. But that was then, and this is now. But for some reason, my demographic, we're being judged, and we are being blamed for all the world's ills when it's not all our fault. But worst of all, there are members of my demographic who go along with this nonsense and behave like complete cuckolds and agree that their own demographic should be blamed and punished for everything. Now, you can bet your bottom dollar, had this been a Caucasian Republican mayor in America, their career would be over in a jiffy. They'd be demonised on social media and by the legacy media, and their lives wouldn't be worth living. And people would be baying for their blood. You know it's true. And predictably, not surprisingly at all, this Michelle Wu hasn't been fired. No one's called for her to resign. And she's still in her job. Or to put it into context, Michelle Wu's parents were welcomed to the United States, where they let her attend Harvard University and Harvard Law School. And they eventually elected her as the mayor of Boston. So she returns this favour, this kindness, this freedom for opportunity by holding segregated Christmas parties where Caucasians aren't allowed. I mean, what an ingrate. If there's one thing I despise, it's ungratefulness. And she has demonstrated the ultimate ungratefulness here. And this has happened because the wokey-cokies, the lefties, the progressives, they have emboldened these people to be openly racist. And they should be called out for what they are. And that racism is indeed a two-way street. And there we go, that's my opinion, that's what I think, as ever. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And if you haven't already, then please consider subscribing to my channel and sharing my stuff everywhere. And there we go, until the next time, Roger Trout.